everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Muck671. This is the second part of my fishing trip. I think I'm going to do it into 3 parts. A little bit of information, plenty of fishing, a few little bass and that, so here we go.
Just steering with my feet, literally my ankle, so just dip an ankle in the water, turn left, dip an ankle in the water and turn right, you know, it's lovely.
So in the last video I did, I showed right at the beginning, excuse me, some quick footage of some panning shots of what's underneath the boat now, you know, all the rocks, the weed, the mud banks, the channels, some really nice interesting areas in these tucked away corners. I'll be doing a bit more bass fishing as we go. I might make this a 3-part episode series because it's quite a long one and I do struggle with my tablet internal memory. So it was a lovely day, had a few bass, nothing too big, you know, heads up and all that, but hope you enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and in notifications it's free to subscribe. It's just like adding you to my favourites or to your favourites. It doesn't cost you anything, but that would be great to help support the channel, and I hope you enjoy.
Okay, we're getting quite close to the area. How quiet is this? Wow, this is amazing, life-changing. Okay, so you know, I'm actually going to go a little bit closer, I think. I mean, it's literally just a case of turning this knob and sticking my right foot in the water, you know. It's as simple as that. So I want to go a bit closer, so let's go. Got a bit of weed around the prop. Give it a bit of reverse, a bit of forward thrust. Hopefully that'll do it. Cavitating a little bit, that's where I haven't got it down very deep. It's in just sort of shallow mode at the moment. Okay, let's try this. So we're at the mark. Let's just spin you around slowly. Be doing the same method, flounder spooning. I used to in mid 80s, late 80s into the 90s. Me and Pete caught 170 odd flounder off at this point here. 170 flounder on mackerel feathers with a bit of ragworm on. That's all we were using. There was so many flounders in the harbour. Now, you know, I haven't heard of reports of any really being caught in Chichester Harbour anyway, so I don't know what's happened. Lots and lots of bass, so I don't know. Lots of seals up the harbour. There's a colony of seals. There's a little spot we know, we call it, but you know, that's just a private name. Nobody really sort of knows what that is, but we go up there. We fed them by hand before. Quite nice creatures, really. Bit scary, but you know. So here we go, let's try it. Let's babble more fishing. Tell you what, it's a bit different posting video, just standard videos, rather than actually sort of doing it, filming and fishing live, you know. Normally informational videos and funny joke videos with my friends, obviously, on the boats, but it's really complicated to do this on your own. Quite a bit to think about. Bit of weed there, I think, as well. Oh wow, yeah. No, that's come off. There you go. Let's show you there's the flounder spoon. Can you see that in the water there? Take a bit of weed off. Okay, try again. There we go. See, you don't want it to spin. You can see that. You don't really want it to spin. You want it to wobble like that. That's how you want it to go. Just occasionally wobble. Let's just hit bottom. Slow reel in, it's wobbling and then it stops. Just wants to be enough. Let's hope it's not too much weed. Just wobbling. Now normally you'd be catching the flounder, if they were in the harbour, you'd be catching them just on the surface, literally as you run out of line to reel in. Sometimes you have to let your flounder spoon sink back down again, you know, a little bit, and then reel it in again really slowly. You can just see them just sucking at the bait, and then eventually they get so annoyed at the surface that they end up getting it. So you can literally catch them in front of your eyes. So it's always worth just being a bit careful, you know. Well, there's so much weed, being a bit careful. I might actually have to pick up a buoy. Let me go and pick up a buoy because I'm getting too much weed. There's a buoy. We'll use that one. There's a spare one there, look. Right foot Clyde. There was some wing mirrors. Oh, can't bend round. Bit more throttle. There we go. He's landed. He's landed. Oh, beautiful. I couldn't have done that better myself. Stay fairly tight onto that, I think. There we go. Just a quick release knot. Basically a half hitch, really, I would imagine that's what you'd call it. Oh, right, there's a chunk of weed just there, so I dropped it short of that. Pop that in. Do you know, I fancy a bit of lure fishing actually. Let's try a little bit of lure fishing first, a bit of jigging, or spinning actually, just a bit of spinning. I've got everything with me today, so literally. I could even go for taupe if I wanted to. I'd have to go up the harbour a bit, but that's lucky that was there. That's not lucky that's gone through there. Oh. Pro fisherman, you see. My reel didn't go in the water then, that's good. Oh dear. Oh, is that going to spin with that on? That's the thing. Yes, it's a fast draw spinner though. Yeah, fast draw spinner, which means no hanging about. Still going, still going. That's about 40 yards there. Then That's what I'm going to show you on this with this braid. I've got the spider wire. It's £15 I think, or somewhere around that. It's actually only the thickness, spider wire braid, it's only the thickness of about £4 line, maybe 5 or something like that, but really soft as well. I've got 150 meters on that, and it's a really shallow arbor reel, really shallow spool on it, so it doesn't empty the spool very quickly, which is what you want, because there's less friction over the lip of the spool when the line comes off. So with the soft line as well, very thin, it goes, well, I mean, that's 45 yards at least, I would say. That's just with a little flick with a tiny little spinner on, you know. If you hear horns in the background occasionally, what it is, it's the local sailing club has races up and down here, so it's marking the start and end of the race, you know. And that was 50 yards, good 50 yards that was, I'd say. 45, 50 yards again. Let's give the flounder spoon a little tweak. Give the old spoon another tweak till it starts flopping a bit, and then it stops and settles. That wasn't me. Yeah, just hit bottom then. It's a bit deeper to this one. Let's see what happens. Might have a little bit of weed on it actually. Looking good. No, the spinner's working really well actually. It's very good. Not too much weed. I'll give it one more try with the spinner, and then we'll try bigger lure. Oh, how's that for a shot? So that drop down. Okay. Do you know, it'd have been a good day for mullet fishing. Oh, you know, my next trip might be mullet, to be honest with you. If it's like this, if my back's okay, I'm coming out to do some mullet fishing. I love mullet fishing. They're the bone fish of the sea. £6 line, £4 line, £6 line. You catch an £8 fish, it's like nothing else really. Right, so we'll hang that spinner up, put that in the maybe pile. Now what do we try? Too big, too big, too big. Oh, we got some better ones than that in here somewhere. Oh, what's that? There you go. Ouch, that's quite sharp. Okay. go. That's looking good. Now this one, I quite like this one. I like using these swivel clips. They're actually, I don't know what they're called. They don't have the extra little 2 tags that once you've locked it off stick out, so they're the closed swivel clip basically, but they seem to work really well with these lures. It's funny, they tend to hang quite nicely on a sweet spot, so you get them in the sweet spot there and they hang really nicely, so they work really well when you're doing this jigging, you know, that type of thing, slow jigging, that sort of thing. So, and it's got a little spinner on it, so there's a lot of action there. I really ought to sort the flounder spoon out, hadn't I really? Let's do that. Oh yeah, lots of weed. Again. These spring tides are terrible for this. We've had a bit of hot weather, you know, so the weed's been blooming as such. Plop that out there. Give it a tweak in a minute. See if we can get this lure back nice and clean. That's okay. I'll try a bit of sink and draw. Just touch bottom then. It's not very deep, just a very small lure. Just a few grams. Oh, there's a bite on the flounder spoon. There we go. Are we in? Not sure. I think that might have done it. No. Yes, there's a little one on there, I think. No, there isn't. Yeah, it's so hard to tell with the spoon. Oh, I missed that one. Maybe I should be using a running lead. Try that in a bit. It's a bit more like when you use a running lead or a fixed lead. You get a bit more of a bolt rig effect, you know, where it hits the weight so it can set the hook, whereas with a flounder spoon on, you're basically free-lining within reason. So when you get these bites, the fish can take a lot of line and it doesn't actually tighten up, so it doesn't actually hook properly. You know, this is why it can be a bit difficult to hit them sometimes. But we'll give it a go. Wow, and this is what we're dealing with weed-wise. Look at this. I mean, oh, I can't lift it. It's so heavy. Oh, I'm not even going to try. Absolutely snotty weed, you know. That wind's changed just a little bit. It's come more around to the east. We're protected by the big bank, so that's okay really. That lure sits really, really well on that.
Where do we go now?
I mean, you don't need to use a swivel clip really, you know, you tie direct, but they don't really have teeth round here. Eels do, I suppose, little rubbing ones, but move that. Right, I've moved the rod rest. Let's see if this is going to help with the view of the tip, you know. That's got to be better, surely. That's better. Well, I really hope you can see the tip of the rod. Oh, there's a little nibble on it. Yeah, lots of weed there, I thought as much. Well, it's definitely very slow here, I have to say. Not that you haven't noticed. Oh dear, big lump of weed there. Yeah, look at that. How did I know that? Landed straight on top of that bit. Hello. Bit of a nibble there again, tiny little fish though. Oh, there was a decent sized bass behind that then, even with that weed on. Oh, well, I say decent, that was about that, I suppose. It would have put up a little bit of a struggle, but damn, I tell you, yeesh. This will be the cast. Watch this. Ready? Not too far because there's a load of weed behind me. Wait for the tip to stop wobbling as it goes down and the line to go slack. There, just at the bottom now. Give it a little reel again. Wobbling. Could do more tide really. Got a bit of weed again, I think. Just feels a bit heavy. Might be because I'm spinning it. Yeah, I think there's some weed on that. Yeah, definitely weed on that. Oh, there's a bass. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? It's chasing it. Right, fingers crossed on that one. Oh, nibble on the right hand rod. More than a nibble. That's a run. It's not very big, I don't think. But that, oh, hello. It's not very big. It's definitely not very big. Oh, I didn't bring my landing net. I didn't pack my landing net, silly sod. Ugh. Oh, I'm gonna have to use the boga grip, aren't I? Ah, got the boga grip. Got it. Oh, blimey. Problem is, it's not set up, so I best not lose this. Okay. Here we go then. Sorry about that, chaps. Ladies and gentlemen, I should say. Yeah, that's not actually big enough to bow grip. I thought it was bigger than that. There we go. That's still a nice bass. There we go. There we go, look, it's getting a bit bigger. Oh, another European bass again, gorgeous, beautiful, shiny, lovely. And there we go, beautiful. Thank you very much, fishy. Oh, that's good. That's good, and I've only had to walk 8 meters, 10 meters. I mean, I don't know. I'll leave all the links in the description below, again in the chat, you know, sorry, above the chat, to the belly boat, to the motor, and you know, bits and pieces. There's a few other bits, a few other links I can leave as well, but there'll be plenty of information to be looking at in the comments, in the description below, you know, when I do the vids. So I'll fill you in on all sorts of different bits and pieces. Actually, I need to do a TikTok, don't I? Let's do a TikTok quick. Let's do my bogey grip actually. Oh, I can't believe I left my landing net. That's just silly, really. Silly. I think the tide must be getting to its highest point now. We've started to swing around a bit. Let's give you a different view slightly, won't it, as well? So this is if I can pop it round so you can have a different view. It probably won't stay, but we'll see. A quick flick of the paddle. Oh. Hello, boy. Ah. Sorry, that was terrible, wasn't it? I could actually. No, we'll have the sun in our eyes. That's not a good idea. That's a good bite. Have I missed it? Oh, I missed that one. I missed that one. Right, I'm going to concentrate on my single rod, I think. I'm definitely concentrating on my single rod. Just for the moment. Quick tip for you, if you're in an inflatable boat, always put your lure as high as up the rod as you can, because 90% or 80% of your rod is in the boat. Yeah, so you've got a chance of puncturing it, but whenever you leave your lure quite high up, then you know it's not going to connect with the boat at all. Well, within reason. You limit the problems anyway. That's probably about right. Oh, I can't believe I missed that bite. That was a big one. Now I've got a snag. Huh. No, it's weed. That's okay. Oh, hello. Something was following that. Oh, no. I foul hooked it. Oh dear. Yeah, it'll probably fall off actually. It's actually, yeah, no comment. Oh, it's just nicked in the side. Another bass. Lovely, thank you. Oh. There's a little spot I want to try at Shepperton on the River Thames that has catfish. There's a hole in the weir, down in the weir pool. It's not a very big hole. It's only 20 foot wide. No, not even that. I would say 15 foot wide. It's a sort of an oblong shape. So 15 foot long, about 15 foot, 12 to 15 foot wide at a guess. If in this I can control exactly where I'm sitting, so I can literally cast. Drop my bait straight in, and I've had some little catfish from there. I've never had a big one, but it's because I've always fished from the shore pretty much. I mean, I have fished from the boat there a couple of times, but but mainly from the shore. But it was a monster cast, so I didn't. It sort of killed me a little bit, you know. So I got on the little boat that I used to have and found this really, really deep hole. It's probably 30 something foot deep, I would think. 34 foot, I think, if I remember rightly. And everywhere else is about 12 foot, 10 foot, 15 foot, no more now. And it's big drop off by the car park swim. Monster cast with a carp rod. But if you can get over the top of it, then oh, lovely. So I'm looking forward to doing that in this. Right. Yeah. Try again. Let's get it back over there. Oh, that's not quite where I wanted it. Try again. Right, shall we have another move? Let's go for another move. Could do with finding a little bit more tide, I think. I'm going to stick with a flounder spoon for the moment. Where to go? I know. I'm just going to go out there. There you go, that's where I'm going. I want to find a little bit more tide, like I said on the other camera, so we'll see. Over there somewhere it looks quite busy as well, which is always good. Let's do that. It's sort of on the way back, going home-ish. Well, not home, but you know, to the launch point. But let's do that. Let's do it. No point tying big knots when there's no tide. It's literally just a half hitch, really. Nice and simple. Yeah, right. Oh, blimey. How many blokes does it take to untie from your boy? Looks like I need more than one, doesn't it? Right, we're off. A bit of depth down there. I'd say probably 2.5, 3 meters deep, maybe, something like that. Very clear though for this harbour. Right, so where am I? What else I was going to do? I'm going to go over there. That's where I'm going, over there. Twiddle the knob. I really ought to set that to a bit deeper, to be honest, to stop the cavitation, but, you know.
Well, part 2 is an unusually long one, not normally that long, my videos, my free fishing and that, are normally about 15-20 minutes long. It's a long one last time as well, so the first half of this. I've got a third half coming up, that's going to be a bit more hectic. I'm going to go into a little nook and cranny where there's just absolutely loads of people, lots going on, but I actually help some people cross the entrance. I have to carry their bags for them while they jump in and swim across and stuff. It's quite entertaining. If you want to see it, keep your eyes open. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification. Like I said before, it's free to subscribe. It's just like adding to your favourites, that's all it is. And I'll catch you on the next one.